Hello, 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 my loves. So I wanted to do a reading about the Mercury retrograde. So right now, not only are we in Mercury retrograde, we are in this period where we have eclipse season amongst us as well. So there is a lot of energy of things coming back up that we really need to deal with. And it gives us the opportunity to work through some things that maybe we have been avoiding working through. Maybe we haven't wanted to face these things. Maybe oftentimes there's something coming up from the past where we have an opportunity to really be able to heal that and let that go. So I wanted to pull some cards on this Mercury retrograde and see what this is going to bring in our lives. So what is the Mercury retrograde going to bring into our lives at this point in time? Ooh, wow. Okay, so the King of Wands, this card right here, like he is a mermaid, but he's able to lead and control the sharks. Then there's the Four of Wands talking about marriage, happy home, stability. And then there's the Chariot in reverse. Chariot is all about movement. So this to me is saying, maybe there's a situation in your life where you've had to worry about, is this where I belong? Do I need to move away from this situation? Or is there something that I can do here instead? This is saying you can work with the environment that you're put into. And even if it might seem like it's a little bit scary and that there's something going on under the surface, this is saying you standing in your power is so much more powerful than you actually might give yourself credit for. Things are absolutely going to work out for you, and they're going to work out for you way better than what you planned. It's like, this is stable ground. This is the ability to get through this difficult situation so that you can have the life that it is that you want. So it is not actually time to move forward at this point in a new direction. It's time to work through the things in this situation that you're being presented with so that you can have that happy space. Really, it's all about shifting the energy. So if something isn't working, you need to stand in your power and decide what you can do to make the situation better. What aspect of our lives will be most impacted during this retrograde period? So when this card's upright, he's so sad that he can't see that somebody's here to help him and to give him something. And so when this card is coming out in reverse, it's like maybe you've been in this sad place, or maybe you've been trying to give to somebody who's been in that sad place and they haven't been able to receive it. This is all about opening up to be able to receive the gifts that life has to offer you. So that's going to be impacted during this retrograde period. How can we minimize the damage and negativity during this period? Because let's be real here. This is a big energy. It's heavy energy. It is difficult energy. It's facing all of these like emotions and things that we just don't want to have to look at and deal with. But it's really an opportunity for growth. So as much as it might be a little bit unpleasant, it's really okay. I can't see that all the way. Let me move that up a little bit more. The Knight of Cups. So how do you minimize the damage and negativity during this period? You look for the possibilities. You look for, number one, to me, she's looking down at that cup, so it's kind of a mirror. So that to me is saying we have to look at ourselves. We have to look at ourselves within. We have to be able to find the calm, the peace, the clarity, see ourselves clearly and work through what it is that we need to work through. But also this is a card of really having the ability to look at the solutions and look at the possibilities instead of all the things that are going wrong. So that will help to minimize the negativity and the damage during this period. And for me, the damage part is like, slow your roll. You don't have to act on anything right now. So if there's something that's frustrating or things are coming out sideways for you, take that step back. Like, she's calm, she's peaceful, she's not reactive and angry or frustrated with other people because she's got things going on within herself. So that will be something that will help to minimize the damage. What lessons need to be learned during this period? Reflection. So she is basically studying, she's making her rounds and studying everything that's going on around her, and she's journaling it. So journaling could be a very important part right now to help you gain clarity. This is something I literally do every single night before I go to bed. And I've done this now for years. The wisdom that can come through when I just ask the universe, what do I need to know right now? And just start writing and see what comes out. The amount of wisdom and knowledge blows my mind that flows through my fingers. And it's all of these things that I never would have noticed had I have not done my writing. So this is saying, write things down, really pay attention, because also for me, if I retain things just in my mind, you give me an hour and I've probably forgotten it. It's like keeping it on paper will help us to stay focused and to be able to refer back to that later when we need to. So what parts of my past do I need to reflect on and heal? The Hierophant. This card came out reversed actually when it fell out. So this to me is saying that maybe there's something that you've learned before in the past, and maybe this could be a situation that you've gone through. This could be something that you've been taught. You know, when it comes to generational stuff, we get taught what our family knows. And realistically, at the end of the day, is that always the right thing? Not necessarily, because it's like their parents handed it down to them and they handed it down to their kids and their kids handed it down to their kids. And it's like, is that always necessarily the best way? No, not always. And that's why things change every generation. So I feel like with this coming out in reverse, it's like there's probably something that you've learned or that you've seen from your past that is not really the best way for you anymore. Everybody has always done the best that they could do for themselves. So it's nothing against anybody else or where you learn this from, but is it really the best way to proceed? So there's something from the past that needs to be reflected on and healed, and it's likely something that you've been shown. It also could even be, what I'm picking up is the energy of like, maybe something happened to you from your parents that really needs to be healed because it's impacting your present ability to move forward way more than you realize. And maybe it's childhood wounds or trauma. There's something there that needs to be healed so that you can move forward in a better way from your past. Again, there's a book and she's writing though. So this also could be, maybe you're not doing enough journaling or writing or reflecting, and that really needs to be looked at a little bit more. And what is the outcome of this period? I love this. This is such a good card. This is one of my favorite cards. So this is where she is curious. She's curious. She's not afraid of this light that she's never seen before. She's able to kind of let go of her fears and the things that she's always known to be able to step into something new. And she's exploring new territory. She's not familiar with it. It's not something that comes second nature to her. It's just she's curious and she's willing to try. She's willing to step in and be like, okay, this is different. What can I learn from this? How can I see this differently? What can I do here? And it really just brings this really nice, curious energy, but also the ability to be willing to expand, which is perfect because that's literally what this whole period is all about. So I feel like you have way more power in this situation than what you might give yourself credit for. It's stable. You are able to be stable, to be loving, to be nurtured, to nurture others. It's all about connection. So it's not really time to move forward. There's definitely going to be a shift in the ability to connect with yourself and other people. You've really got to hone in your ability to look at things in a calm, peaceful state. Really look into writing, because I very strongly get that message. What we've been shown isn't how the future has to be. So try and do things differently. Open your mind, open your ability to let something new in, because it's coming in for you and it's really going to benefit you if you can do that. So that is what I've got for right now, my loves. I hope that this message reached whoever it was that needed this message, and I will talk to you soon.